Hello there, my name is Chris from Blast Process, and this is Kerbal Space Program Episode 5, and this is a space plane. Now, it looks a bit weird, and I admit it does. I don't need the lights anymore. This part on the top is going to be my Duna glider, and this other piece on the bottom is just the launch vehicle that's going to get it into space. Now, I could just whack the whole thing onto the top of a big rocket, but I thought I'd do it like this. There's another reason for that, and it's that when you put space planes onto the top of rockets, all these aerodynamics and these control surfaces cause the rocket to be incredibly unstable. And space planes themselves are not that stable in the first place, so it's much easier to do it like this. Because it's a space plane, I'm using jets at the moment, but I will have to switch to rockets any soon. I'm at nearly come up to 9,000 meters. Usually you can get to about 20, sometimes you get to 30 if you're very, very good with your design. I don't think this is going to get that far, but I do have an awful lot of fuel, and then once I'm in space I'll destage it, drop this entire bottom piece off, and continue on with this. It does have a docking clamp on the back, and that's because, and on the top even, and that's because of the way I'm going to have to attach it. It's going to be on the very, very front of the whole rocket, because obviously nothing can go in front of it because of the nose. So once it goes onto the rocket, this will detach, and behind here is a normal engine that it will be using. Obviously Duna has no atmosphere, so it's a liquid fuel engine. I've tested this, it's very, very good. I've actually got one down there on the ground, a test one, which I will show if I've got time. It can get very far on that small tank and this small engine. I'm not sure what's going to happen on Duna. Duna has much, much less gravity, but it also has much, much less atmosphere, so the wings are probably not going to be quite as effective. I am really hoping that it will land. I've not tested it yet. If it does crash, I'll only really lose one guy, so it's not that big a deal. So intake air is dropping. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to activate the rockets and see how unstable. Okay, so it is making it quite unstable, this. I have got loads of monopropellant just for this event, and I will deactivate these at just a moment, and then it should balance the whole thing out again, actually, that. Okay, so they're deactivated. So I'm actually quite balanced here. It's complete by fluke, that's not design. We're starting to lose control here. It's rolling over. How far are we? 30 kilometers, right. I'm going to have to just use the throttle very gently. Yeah, that's going to have to just be it. Let's try and get myself flat. It's all over the place. How am I doing? 33. I'm still climbing and I'm still accelerating, so it's not that bad. I'm going to roll over. Okay, how's this looking? Oh, I'm not going to do it. It's starting to drop. Okay, so I need to think of a redesign for this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and bring it back round. Oh, apparently I've run out of fuel in the jets. Where it's over there, I think. Oh no. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, let's detach myself, because I know this is much more controllable, this thing. Oh, I'm going so fast, I'm re-entering. Okay, I'm going straight down. Let's see if I can pull myself up. completely lost. It's gone dark. So I'm going to aim for the island, I think. Oh, this is not good. Right, I'll probably cut the video here and come back to it once I'm close to somewhere to land. Okay, so I'm approaching it now. I'm 90 kilometers from the space center, but I can't really see it because it's pitch black. But there's an island about halfway between me and there, and it's got a little runway on it. Now, obviously, my engines are off. I've decided to start dropping a little bit, so I can get the lights onto the ocean. I'm about 1,000 meters, so still quite high. Now the sun will be coming up soon, but probably landed by the time. There, I don't know if you can see it. There's the space center, and there's the island. There is a runway on it. It's not angled very well, but it is there, and it's a very, very short runway as well. And that is the goal. So I'm gonna have to throttle up. Still got over half my fuel left. I'm gonna throttle up and just get up, so I'm not dropping. 800 meters. I think I'll stay at about this for now. Should probably use fine controls. Better? Right, so we'll probably let's drop a little bit and pick up some speed as well. Right, okay, so what I've done is I've used pretty much most of my fuel, and I've gained a bit of height, well, quite a lot of height actually, and I can see the island now quite clearly, and I can see the runway as well. So it's just going to be a matter of lining myself up. That's why I needed the extra height, because there's going to be quite a lot of swinging back and forth, and you lose speed and height very quickly doing that. Obviously I've got a little bit of fuel left, so I can always save things. I'm trying to figure out if I might even be coming at the runway square on here. Do you know what? I think I am. So I might be able to make this speed time down a bit. Yes, I am. That is perfect. Okay, so am I going now? 100 meters per second. Probably a bit too high, but I've got no engine power, so because this also it's going to be quite a lot of practice. It's never flown this far, this thing, so from way over 100 kilometers, I've shown that, you know, on one fuel tank, or half a fuel tank I suppose, I can pretty much get anywhere. So as long as I can hit the Duna and camp, the idea is to actually land this without using any engines at all, and then using the engine power to get back into orbit from Duna. Don't know how easy that's going to be. Okay, so I pick up a bit of height, losing some speed. It's going to sort of dip up and down now, gaining height and then gaining speed. Oh, okay, so my lights are actually touching the ground now. I'll bring the gear out at the last moment because that really will bleed off a lot of speed. Here we go. Gear down. As you can see, the runway is nothing like the Space Center one. And I am down. Brakes, 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 brakes. I've done it. Probably, actually I've got no idea if I've got enough fuel left. It is a bit of a distance, that. So this is probably where this guy is going to spend the rest of his life. Never mind. I do have one other launch to do this episode. And that is... Oh, what did I call it? Is that it? Hab unit? This might be the old one. Nope, this is it. Okay, so these are the hab units that I was going to attach to those docking clamps that I put up last time. And I've already put 2 of them on. They're going to be the 3rd and final one. There's the other plane down there. All that's really done is done circles of the runway, but so I do know it works. We are back with our mothership. Oh, that's a bit too much. Hang on. No, what do I want? Let's docking mode. Let's figure this out. One of the problems I've got with this is because of all the pieces on that I have to fit onto the roof of it and the legs, it's really unbalanced, and it's causing me huge amounts of grief trying to get this thing to dock. And as you can see, it spits RCS fuel all over the place. I do have a light on this, but it's pointing sideways, as in the fine tradition of things. And I'm actually docking in the sunlight though, which is different. There we go, as you can see, it's getting a hell of a lot bigger than it was. So, let's stop myself. Okay, so we're stopped. As you can see, there's the other 2. And then there is where this one's going. And that leaves one spot in the centre, which is where the space plane's going to go, if I can ever get it into orbit. Okay, I don't know what's wobbling, if it's me or the target. I have a horrible feeling it's both of us. So that's good. Do you know what? That is spot on. And now it is just a matter of drifting to my target without hitting it. It's so hard to do it without hitting anything. As you can see, I'm not even doing anything, and the monopropellant, the RCS fuel, is just going everywhere. So it got me. Yeah, the big magnet has got me. Oh, and we're in. Thing is pretty big. I am down to 27 frames per second now. I wonder how many pieces this is now. 270, is that all it is? I would have thought it was significantly more than that. I've got 6 guys on board. So, I am going to... Oh, look at that wobbling. Right. There is a fuel tank which is there. And then my fuel tank. I want to drain. Oh, okay, if I left myself enough, I'll soon figure that one out. So I've got to decouple that. A wobble. It's these engines, they have a gimbal feature on the engine, which makes the engine itself turn to control the thing. But as it turns, the mass is swinging from side to side, and it causes a lot of wobble. That's why once that detached, these aren't wobbling anywhere near as much. You can see it on these ones if you watch. It just sort of looks like the end of the engine's vibrating. So, I'm going to switch to that. Doesn't have a lot of battery, so I've got to be quick. Oh, back on staging mode. This thing's job is done. And then we just make sure I'm not going to crash into anything. Say goodbye to the station. Is it gonna make it? It is. Lovely. Oh, throttle down. So, not much left to go on this. I probably gonna need to attach a alternative fuel booster onto the back, maybe with a different engine. On the front is going to be, I'm going to have to attach a rover somehow. It's probably going to go onto the bottom of the command module, and then the space plane on the front, I might end up launching that as a rocket, as the last one seemed to not work very well. And obviously I've got these two. These are going to be where my not refueling, sorry. I need to crew it now, because I've got 9 compartments, each holding 4. That's right, 4. Let's see if I can. Yeah, 4. So that's 36 Kerbals can go aboard, as well as the 2 that are in that. And there are 2 others somewhere else. Not sure where. There's 4 that are available. Well, anyway, oh yeah, they're in the command center. So yeah, so I've got quite a lot on board at the moment, and there's the other 2. I've got 6 so far, and I can probably have 40 guys on board, and it'll be 41, including if someone sits in the aeroplane on the front. So it's getting close. Now, in order to save fuel, I think what I'm going to do with this is, instead of going straight out to Mars, or Duna, sorry, I'm going to go to the moon. I'm going to put myself in orbit around the moon, and I have a fuel tanker sat over there, which I can't select. No, but it is there. And then from there, I might go to Minmus and do it again, refuel over at Minmus. And then from Minmus, although it is a bit of an awkward orbit, so I might not do that, you save a huge amount of fuel by leaving the moon and going straight into a big orbit. So that is a very, very good option for me. Oh, there we go. So, there you go. There it is. It's got a huge amount of fuel. This probably carries more fuel than my entire mothership altogether does. And this thing will just fly over, dock to it, refuel everything, and it'll be on its way. It probably saved me taking an extra fuel tank and some extra engines. And then from there, I don't know, on to Duna, I suppose. So that was episode 5. Likes, comments, subscribes, very much appreciated. Until next time.